Ant series. Yeah. They're mad. They have nowhere to expand to. Angry. They decide, you know what? Let's do the most dumb idea in the books. Let's go to war with a superpower alliance. Yes. With 3 superpowers, likely. Maybe not superpowers, with 3 great nations. I think I can beat them, is basically what they say. Okay. Let's see how that goes. With everybody being so shocked, nobody thought a country would actually go to war with a full alliance. So nobody's actually prepared, because, like, that's just stupidity what they just did. But the first offensive, with 3 offensives being made before the other side is even ready to stop it. The first one, they go into Iraq and Kuwait. Former puppets. Them tapping into the resistance. And then they move into India. Their effective campaign was really seen well. Now into China, there's nothing to stop them. And everybody's shocked at their progress. Within a few weeks, they start to do this. But knowing in the long term, they can't win this unless a nation turns. They move deeper into Arabia. With some nations questioning if they should be in this alliance at this point. With Iran probably having like 60 million people, because it is 1992. And they just done the most dumb war campaign in the history of humanity, knowing they would lose. With India launching a counter-offensive, though struggling. And realizing Pakistan has a lot of resistance towards India, they tapped into that. How, you may ask? They promised them freedom from India, so they started a rebellion. Yeah, the stability isn't that good. They didn't really. There's no way they thought this wouldn't happen, with the rebels being disorganized but yet still striving, as they managed to create a successful front line. With anti-communist sentiment in some countries being even bigger. As Oman, Yemen, Oman realizes is pointless, Ethiopia does, and as you can see, nations are starting to leave the alliance. South Africa does, the Democratic Republic of Congo, seeing that they don't want to suffer if the war goes wrong. Then followed by Mozambique, which is followed by, well, as you guessed it, Kenya. But realizing there's still a way left to win. But surprisingly, Iran's performing better than anybody would think. With this front line then falling, it's on Egypt basically to hold the front together. Well, India launches a counter-offensive against Pakistan's rebels. Well, Iran is all ready, except they lost the war. In trying to get a favorable peace treaty, they try to get peace. But doesn't work as India launches a spearhead towards Tehran. For the Arabian Peninsula, Iran offers one thing. They'll take part of it, leave Persia alone. They say they will annex this right here, leave the rest alone, and give Afghanistan away for peace. Which is accepted by India, knowing they will get away with at least something, so they can claim it some sort of victory. So let's before having ended, there's one thing. They didn't reach all their goals that they planned to have, which was get rid of this nation. But Iran did get their goals, which is expansionism. Well, India only lost a claim because of the rebellion that broke out in their territory, with disdain for them being more and more often. A bad view got put on them, with Egypt deciding to switch communist alliances. Why, you may ask? Well, why not? They already lost, with this becoming seen as a big loss with the communists, with the French offering them to rejoin the alliance. Probably too late. With the annexation of the UAE happening, you can see Iran's happy that the alliance managed to fall apart in their wake. It may have lost Afghanistan, but they claim this is much more valuable, which it probably is. Unless you consider Afghanistan does have a lot of resources, but since it's only the 1990s in the series, probably 1994, as you can see, that's pretty valuable at that point. Well, you can see, unification happened. They call it the South African reunification, with the Cape and South Africa reuniting. And while the Congos offered part of this alliance, realizing they could make a lot off this, they decided to invite them in, with the goal of the communists, splitting the world into communism, making one communist state, I guess, maybe. Maybe they want to make a giant communist state. They soon can. Germany and France. France is pretty big, and so is Germany. And Poland is crazy in this timeline. Well, that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys! We got one day to get to 3,000 subscribers. That's only 70 to go.